quite debonair too. So,
Thank you.
and your husband, he was in the arts?
Yes, he was. He was the caricaturist for the New York Times,
Mm-hmm.
and he covered the theater mainly for almost 75 years. His drawings were always in the New York Sunday Times, and he did celebrities. He did. I know that Dick Cavett is being honored, and he was drawn. He did a wonderful drawing of Dick in the last show that he did on Broadway, which was the Rocky Horror Show. And
Yes.
it was a lot of fun. I'm president of the Al Hirschfeld Foundation, and I oversee what happens to his art and how to promote it for another generation so that younger people will understand the kind of art that he practiced and how one man's vision of the entertainment business lingers on today in memory.
Well, does it ever? Because I look at your husband's art every day because
do?
I have an original
You do?
drawing above our Steinway Baby Grand, and it is of my father's show,
Which
who
was
was a
what?
friend of your late husband.
Oh, really?
And it has Judy's on it, as well as Nina's.
Is that so?
And I met the Judy, who is his godchild, apparently, at one point. But enough about
Well, wait a
that.
minute.
But
What was your father?
my father was Elliot Murphy, and he had a show called the Aqua Show, where the World's Fair was
Yes.
for 12 years.
Yes.
And he had the Aquazanis, the Aquadorables, and Duke Ellington, Cab Calloway.
Well, it's very interesting because Billy Rose was a great friend of Al Hirschfeld's, and I once went to Queens to the site of where the Aqua Show was, and he reminisced he was so nostalgic about it. He
With
had
Billy Rose,
yeah,
you
with
were.
Billy Rose, and
Yes.
and of course all of those beautiful swimmers.
Oh,
And didn't Billy Rose meet a couple of his wives swimming?
I believe he did. One of the famous
They didn't
swimmers.
drown, though.
No. But they were, yes, and then they sadly tore that building down, which is so very sad. My father had it after Billy Rose. He had it in the 40s and all through the
I see,
50s,
yes.
until they built the LIE right through the
yes.
parking lot.
Oh my goodness.
And I wanted to say how many different things. It must be hard for you all to decide where to do your philanthropic work. There are so many needs today.
The main things I do are things that really interest me. I also do other things. I'm particularly interested in education, and this actually what I gave to Guildhall is for the education department. I've done an education thing at MoMA, at the Met, and we have the chess program. We're having our event next week.
You are. I am so excited about that program because it's for underprivileged children to help their way of thinking and figuring out problems.
It's an in-school program, which is unusual. It's an actual course starting in third grade, and we've reached 500,000 kids, changed their lives, getting them into prestigious colleges, and these are kids who would never have an opportunity, and they have a chance to succeed in life. That's all we're trying to do.
It's amazing, and the sense of self-esteem at being able to even play chess, much less play it well, is something they can take with them anywhere.
I have a theory that the typical economically disadvantaged kid has two role models, a sports figure or entertainment. Neither one is within his reach. Teach him how to play chess. They go to the Nationals, they beat, say, a kid from Dalton, and they say, that rich kid wasn't, I just beat the hell out of him in chess. He's up to here in self-esteem. That's what all they need. They don't need much. But that we don't realize the devastation. Most of these kids, single mother, probably on drugs, no home life, temptation everywhere. And for them to get out of that milieu is a wonderful thing to be able to do. And the arts certainly are part of it. I mean, I love the program that Aggie Gunn does, Studio in a School. We got that one. You got the dance classroom, which I love. And there's SIO, which is a symphony. Any program that gives kids an opportunity to blossom forth is worth it. And this is just one of many.
I admire this so much, and your thinking about it is so refreshing, because today in our culture there is such an emphasis on being a celebrity, being beautiful or sports.
Is it better to be ugly? Come on now. Be careful.
He's got a sense of humor too. Okay, we'll take that. But I think this is, as you say, an attainable goal, and you can't be on drugs and do well at chess. You have to have a clear mind.
I think that's pretty true, yes.
And the people they're looking up to are living usually a pretty good life, I would imagine.
There's going to be a show at the Metropolitan Museum at the Cloisters of chess sets.
Really?
And we're going to have a tournament up there at that time. I mean, it really.
Where will it be? At the Cloisters?
At the Cloisters,
yes.
And it's of all names, it's the LOUISE chess sets, which have a great history. LEWIS, same as nothing to do with me, but the idea. I mean, it really. We have a chess tournament every Saturday and during the school year, open to any kid in New York City.
Really?
All over the city, yes. Some in Central Park, some in high schools, any locale we can get it. And these kids come, and it's you can't believe you can hear a pin drop when they're playing.
I was going to say the concentration is so beautiful to watch. And so it's Louis sets, and here we have Louise and Louis sets, so we're on a roll.
The craziest thing is her name is Louise Cullman. My brother Edgar is also married to a Louise, so we have a problem. Louise 1, Louise 2. How do we differentiate this?
You must have fun family gatherings then with all those Louises.
One more Louise, and it would be complicated. The third one we're not going to take care of.
Tell me, do you cover the arts at Guildhall as well? Do you see everything and report on it? Is that
Yes.
part of what you do?
I do. In fact, I was once very honored to meet your husband, your former husband.
Yes, late husband,
your late husband. Yes, and
yes, we were out there for an
Yes.
event with Kitty Carlisle.
yes,
That's right.
exactly. And he gave me a beautiful letter that he signed about the piece that I own that I brought in. So I do, and I'm so pleased. Tonight we're going to have Elizabeth Payton, who's a wonderful young artist,
Yes.
with us.
Oh, great.
But why do you ask? You're obviously very interested in the
I'm
arts.
very
out there.
interested in the arts, and I'm a theater historian, and by trade, and I worked in television production for 20 years, and I was a member of the Tony nominating committee, so I really love the theater, and I've taken Louis to some wonderful places. I took him last week to Avenue C and 3rd Street to see a wonderful play about my friend Eric Bentley called Silent Partners. He was the adapter of all of Bertolt Brecht's early works, and he made it. He made it back uptown, and I took him yesterday to Brooklyn, where we saw an incredible production of Geoffrey Rush in Diary of a Madman.
Oh, yes.
I
heard it was sold out like that.
It's sold out. It's
He
still
probably burns 6,000 calories every night.
Wow.
The guy, he's so active. It's almost acrobatic what he does. I mean, it's amazing.
And here he is straight from the King's Speech.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
That's right.
yes.
He's a combination of Laurence Olivier, Orson Welles, the Marx Brothers, Charlie Chaplin, all rolled into one.